Okay, so yeah, just to start the free webinar sponsored by EduPro. Yeah, so thank you everyone for joining the short in a short notice na you're conducting Office 365 overview. So by the way, I'm Vincent Bautista. So just a brief introduction on myself. So Vincent Bautista. So currently mga titles yun for the certifications. So you could call me Vince. If you have any questions, feel free on the chat window provided by the Zoom tool. So I currently have three companies on my experience. So I have EduPro, Baker McKenzie Infrastructure. So yeah, currently more than 19 years IT experience. I am one of also the pioneers of Baker McKenzie. So specialization is infra, Microsoft Office 365, high availability, and disaster recovery. So you could check further my profile on LinkedIn. So that's Vincent Bautista, or you could send my email to vincent.bautista@edupro.com. Okay. So let's get started. Office 365 overview. So here's our goal for this afternoon. So what is cloud? Office 365 overview. The cloud revolution. So what's that all about? So why are business moving to the cloud? So we'll tackle briefly what are the pros and cons on moving our business to the cloud. No? Okay, so what are the cloud services offered globally? So we also have to, since it's Microsoft, so we'll explore more on the SharePoint Online Overview, Skype for Business, or Teams for that matter, Team for Business Overview, and Office 365 requirements. Okay. So what is a cloud? So basically, it's a software service that we avail on the cloud. So just a quick question. What is our first cloud service that was available in the 1990s? If you're 1990s person, could you say the chat box if you like to answer, please do. Is there any chat? It seems that our chat box is not responding. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, what I'm saying right now is the cloud service that was available in 1990 was the email system. No, so we have Yahoo, Gmail, basically that's also a cloud service on that time already. We're not aware of that yet, but basically we're subscribing to it. It's free, right? So yeah, that's a little bit of a trivia of our cloud services. So in our environment right now, since there's a lot of cloud service being offered by actually a lot of companies, but to name a few, we have the Microsoft, we have Amazon, and the Google platform. So yeah. So basically, there are some services that we avail. So for some, there are some statistics, tools, some mobile phone applications, subscribing to it. So we have Office 365, one of the tools. We have the G Suite and the AWS platform for analytics. And okay, moving on. So cloud revolution. So basically, before what we're doing is the cloud on-premise, no? Because system administrator, IT managers plan their environment on their on-premise. It means that it's residing all of your servers, all your infrastructure on your environment or on your physical office. Some, yes, they do co-location, but the thing is, they are fully manageable or fully accountable to that from the design, from the security point of view. So that's what they're doing. So in advent of the cloud services, so some of the company or businesses wanted to extend their services because, as you know, uh, doing an on-premise infrastructure is very costly indeed because you have to find big budget to and forecast it so that you'll have a that would your hardware would withstand 5 years 5 years growth of the company projection. So some IT managers or as long as IT sometimes having a hard time to compute this because you're, the variable there is will the company will the company will expand, how fast will it expand, or something like that. So it's very challenging for IT managers to predict on that scenario because, as you know, business comes and go. You don't see, we cannot predict, but sometimes, yeah, we have to do some certain risk calculation. So now, so in advent of the cloud, there's what we call the hybrid. The hybrid means that you're joining some services or most of the services or subscribing to the services of the cloud services with your on-premise servers or services. Just like example, on our end, on our company, what we do is our email system, which is an Exchange server, was migrated already to the cloud. So natively, what we're using is an Exchange server, Exchange online services of Microsoft. Same goes with our file server. So since we have retired some servers on premise on the EduPro facility, what we do is to subscribe to our SharePoint Office of SharePoint Online, right? So that will be our file repository server. So yeah, another feature, another software that we subscribe or what we did is the Teams or Skype for Business. Since yeah, it's very costly to maintain Skype or Teams infrastructure and very hard to manage it. So what we did is to outsource it or subscribe to a Office 365 Teams services. So what we have is left in our environment is a print server and Active Directory. So basically, on that scenario, what we have is a hybrid scenario because we have still some infrastructure IT services on premise, and we have some services on the cloud services. As compared for the cloud, this means that natively, all our IT services are already in the cloud. So it means that we have our Azure Active Directory or Active Directory in the cloud. So we have servers in the cloud. So mail system, yeah, even though, let's say, even the Exchange, we have also a G Suite. So yeah, there are a lot of services that we could avail. So basically, you're doing the authentication using the cloud services as well. So that's the meaning of the cloud. Okay, so moving on. So why are businesses moving to the cloud? Basically, it's just saying that basically just to summarize this slide, it's more on the operational expense versus capital expense. So what are both keywords of that one? So it means that from uh, capital expense, it means that upfront you're putting a lot of costs already. However, the problem is that it's hard for you to predict the growth, right? You say if you have a server and you projected it for 5 years, what if middle of the year something bad happened to the company? So you're forecasting the server, the cost of the server is very high. So it's very, let's say, over subscribed, or let's say over budgeted, because yeah, you predicted for, let's say, for a 5 million server, 5 million pesos for a server, and then you know the ROI is still, say, very long for 5 years. So does it make sense, right? So in the middle of the year, then you're expecting that you can maximize the server. Unfortunately, it can't, right? Because you projected it poorly, or say it's hard, right? As compared for operational expense, basically what we're talking about is a subscription already for the services. It means that you're subscribing a little amount of subscription. Let's say for Office 365 subscription, you could have a subscription for $5 per user per month, as compared for capital expense, or yeah, capital expense for about a million. So you see the difference of the cost, right? It's easy for us to budget a $5 subscription per month. So compute that for a month, and then for a year, and then times for 5. So 5 years, right? So how much is that? So you see the difference of the costing, right? That's one big factor that cloud services is having. Another is that yeah, we have the high availability. Since we don't maintain any hardware on our premise, we just subscribe on the services. So basically, our cloud services handles those high availability because they have their own service level agreements. What we mean by service level agreement? It's a guarantee of the cloud service provider to provide a service. So we say 24/7 at 99.98%, which means that in a year's or in a month's time, they're allowed only for 10 minutes downtime for maintenance, right? So come on, for $5 per user, then you're paying for that high availability. So see the practicality of that one, right? Another is that upgrading the server. Yes, of course, it's hard for us to maintain, especially for an IT person. Let's say patching an Exchange server, or a team server, link server, or server per se, an Active Directory. You look for a maintenance window, something like that, right? So for us, we don't need that anymore, since we're subscribed to the cloud. It's one of the big advantages, because yeah, if you're subscribed, you don't need for doing some patching anymore for some services. Take note of that one, because there's a lot of services that still sorry, still we do need to do some our certain IT rules. Okay, so far, hold on. Okay, so moving on. So now, one of the cloud services that we could have is the Office 365. So what is Office 365? So Microsoft offers this cloud service at home and business users around the world. So basically, this is one of the cloud services. They're calling this as a software as a service. What do you mean by that? You're subscribing to a software services. So it means that the license, you're just doing the subscription base, right? So now, with the subscription, you'll see the latest and greatest updates. What do you mean by that? It means that every time there's a new release of Microsoft, automatically on our end as a subscriber, it automatically gets patched. If ever there's a new version of Office 365 went out, let's say for version Office 2019 right now, right? What if there's a 2020 version already of Office? So automatically, we get free upgrades on that one. as compared for if you purchase a software, let's say Office 2019, you get the updates, yes, because you're licensed. However, you're stuck on that version. That's the main difference of the subscription based versus the off the shelf purchases. So there's a lot of pros and cons. So next is disaster recovery on our environment right now. You see, COVID environment. So it's hard for us to work, right? So now, what we have, since we are subscribed to Office 365, our Office applications is already based on the cloud. So for us, anywhere we could work, right? As long as we need a computer or laptop or sometimes mobile phone, we could still perform our jobs. However, for some offices that had their own subscription, let's say purchases of the license, unfortunately, if they did put their PC home or they didn't bring their PC home, they can't work, right? Or if ever, if they have their PC at home, we don't know if it's licensed or what. How, and the risk there is if there's viruses around on their own personal computers, right? So it's hard, right? So yeah. Okay. Next is the hardware cost. The hardware cost, since it's cloud-based, you just don't need a high-end computer. You just need a typical desktop that would run an IE, right? So just a plain old computer that can browse properly, and you're good. You could perform your work. Just like maybe later I'll show some features that I'll open an Outlook, Word, and Excel, do my work. Since we're also in the cloud, since we're just accessing the web, we could work anywhere as long as our company, of course, will allow us, right? Of course. Okay. Security, since it's already patched, so we don't need, right? We don't need any um, issues on patching because yeah, of course, IT still needs to patch some office office applications. Complete with other business on with demand license of powerful. So take note, actually, just I think it's last year, Microsoft costs more than G Suite. Now it's the opposite now. Microsoft Office 365 is cheaper than Google Suite. Just if you would check on the web browser, compare the cost, I think it's more practical to use the Office 365. Not saying that I'm Microsoft certified or something like that, but if you will check, um, Office 365 is still the cheapest services that we could subscribe in doing if you want our end users to this one, to have license for this one. Okay. Okay, moving on. What are Office 365, no? What's available in Office 365? So we have here the Office 365. We have the Office applications that's like Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, OneNote, Access, Publisher. Yeah, of course. And we have the Exchange Server, SharePoint, Link or Teams, MS Project, Visio, Office Web Apps, and Office for Mac. Take note, we have an Office for Mac. It's a different version of Office. But yeah, because Mac has its own version of application. And take note, if you install an Office for Mac, it's a different Word, Excel, PowerPoint. Some features are available on the Microsoft, or let's say for Windows OS as compared for Mac. So take note on that comparison. So not all features are available for Office for Mac. We also have some applications, just OneDrive for Business and Yammer. So maybe later I'll explore more. I'll tell you more on what is all those projects. Moving on. So SharePoint online overview. So offered as a standalone service or part of Office 365. Offer SharePoint services without maintaining infrastructure. Do note it's very hard to maintain a SharePoint environment. It needs a SQL server, a front end, a back end, and what else? Web server. So saying that, we could combine at least maybe minimum of 2 servers, maximum of 5 servers. So see that, and you have also need licenses. So users can share information ideas. So basically, this somewhat a virtual file server, if you would allow me to say that. So users can share information ideas because it's one of the best collaboration tools that Microsoft have made this one. So offers the following features. So you have our own personal site, you have the team site, you have the internet site, and the public internet sites. So SharePoint administrator could control these sites. There's some internet sites that could do their own site collection. They could manage those things. Okay. So maybe later I'll show this everything. So I also have a demo for later. So hold on. So here's our Office 365 requirements. So basically, it supports Internet Explorer 8 to upwards. So Explorer 8 to 9, 10, 11. It also supports Firefox. Also support Chrome, Safari. Yeah, it's a lot of versions. And you see here, there's a lot of subscription. So basically, this is a subscription. So we have the Office 365 Small Business Premium, Business. We have the Enterprise, E1, E3, so be E5, and then the K1. I know it's already F1 already. That means that it's a frontline license, frontline user license. Take note of that. So yeah, just to emphasize on these licenses, because as you progress on the license, so let's say E1, that provide the basic services. That's E3 enhanced. As for the E4, E5, basically all the nitty gritty or all the nice features of Office 365 is all there. So yeah, we have here also the enterprise, we have the education, we have the government. Of course, there's some subscription also for government. Let's say for US, they have their own exclusive infrastructure of Office 365 because of security. So just to share some notes on that one. So the engineers of Microsoft had to pass certain clearance for the U.S. government. Let's say they have to pass the NSA, NBA, FBI. What I mean, FBI clearance, FBI, CIS, CIA, and they should be certified security person. So it's very stringent, right? Okay. So moving on. So lesson 2. Okay. So accessing Office 365. So how to log into Office 365. So I'll do a demo later. So allow users to use their corporate credentials to access Office 365. Of course, we could customize our own. Do note, by default, we'll be logging to on Microsoft.com. I'll show it later, so that you have a understanding of that one. allows user to sign in to Office 365 automatically without having to enter their credentials twice. So it means that, let's say, once you're logged in, you could also access already other applications like SharePoint, email system, Word, Excel, PowerPoint. It's already there. The OneDrive, you have also there. Okay. Users do not have to remember to password when access Office 365. So just what I said before, it's the same. So, okay. So, okay. So here's a login website. So let me do a simulation for that one for you. Okay. So here, I'll type here office that, sorry, portal.office.com. Enter. So basically, it gives you this window, right? So here's my account. So I'll click it one. It will ask me for a password. So, okay. So I'm trying to sign in to my portal. So there's a question for me to stay signed in. So to do this, reduce the number of times you ask, because sometimes, yeah, it's just saying that if you want to save your token, security token on your desktop or not. But for me, I always click no, because, web sessions, sometimes maybe some people just open it or some cookies. But yeah, of course, it's safe. But yeah, for best security practices, I click no. Okay, so here's the interface of Office 365. So what I have here is Outlook, OneDrive, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, OneNote, SharePoint, Teams, Yammer, Dynamics 365 for those who are familiar with the ERP solution. Power Automate, Admin, since I'm a global administrator of the product. Sway, Stream, Product. Take note, there's a lot of applications as well. So here's the complete list of that applications. So you see there's a lot, right? So as promised, let's open Outlook. Hold on. Okay, Outlook. There's Outlook. There's in my email. So you see, I didn't bother signing in again, but it's already there, right? So here's my email, right? Okay. So you see, there's a lot of emails going in. Okay, so let me open another one. So I can just click here. It's also it's my Word if I need to to type something. So blank document. Okay, so if I'm working at home, I could do this already, right? And automatically it's already saved on the cloud. Means I have an option to save it on my OneDrive or SharePoint. Just a tip, right? Just a question. So what's the difference between SharePoint and OneDrive? As you know, there's both. You could save documents there. On my definition, I want to share it with you guys. OneDrive is used as just like my documents in the PC. So it's exclusively for you. However, you could also share it to others. But for these purposes, I would suggest that you treat your OneDrive as your own My Documents for security purposes. Yeah. As compared for SharePoint, SharePoint means that it's a virtual file server. Since there's a site collection, there's you could share files there, and everybody on that has access to it can get the files. Okay, so take note of that um, differences. No, so don't forget. Okay, so moving on, let's see this. Let's see SharePoint. So one of the heavy applications that we have. So now I have SharePoint site. So I did create this one. So this one. So for our purposes. So there's a common site, right? So it's easy for me to publish documents. So for me, there's no coding. You just have to populate it, and that's it, right? Everybody could access it on your own environment. Okay. Next is what else? We also have the planner. Planner, do note, is just like a minimal project. If you're subscribed to Office 365, use Planner because yeah, it tracks basically it track task. That's important for a project manager, right? To track task when it is due date, so to whom it is assigned, right? So it provides statuses. So if you're just maximize the resources available to you. So yeah, okay. Okay, so I guess we're good with the demo already. Able to log in. So let me go back. Okay, so I did do the demo. So managing Office profiles. So yeah, manage your Office 365 profiles. So Office 365 help and support and demo again. Okay. So basically, since I was able to log in, so here's the details of what you could see. So let me go back to that one. So hold on. Okay. So here's is what they're saying. So basically, here's my documents. So here's the persons. I open an application Delve. So here's my users. So basically what they did. So yeah, what the projects are doing. So I could see it here. As long as take note, as long as I have access to their files, I also can see it. If you have a SharePoint uh, site, it can check those files that has access. It could show it here. So in this scenario, I don't have too much files. So yeah, basically that's it for. But yeah, you'll see here, this is all those persons that I always interact on. So it's via email, via chat, or via Teams, right? So it collects your own statistics. Okay. So how to change your profile? No? So what can do is on the right hand, upper right hand, you could do this one. So here's our teams. So there's a lot of templates. So see there's a lot, right? So you just click this one. So automatically it changes your profile. Okay, there's a lot. So you could also change your language and time zone. Date format, yeah. So English, if you could speak Spanish, and you could do that, right? Time zone, if you're working abroad or based on your location, time zone, yeah, you could do that. Sorry. Date format, if you're not used to that one, you're British or Chinese, so you could customize it. Time format, military time, so and customize settings. So yeah, you can pop some details on that one. Change your password, of course. There's your option, change your password. So some administrators do require you to change your password 90 days after you change your password. There's a standard policy, but for some companies it adjusts, right? And contact preference. So change password, contact preference. Yeah, here's some details that you could do. Also, if you want to understand your subscription, so basically this is my subscription, what's available of my licenses. Here's my personal info. Yeah, it's better to be populated so that it's easy for you to check. Okay, my account. So take note on this license. So one subscription, you could install to 5 devices. So if you have a laptop, desktop, mobile phone, that consumes 3 licenses already. What do you mean? Sorry. Yeah, of course. 3 licenses for one subscription. So subscription means one login. Okay. So if only you have one, so it's fine. As long as you don't limit, don't exclude for 5 devices that you enroll your account. Okay. Okay. I guess there's no any questions on the crowd. So far so good, right? Somewhat straightforward. Okay, so I guess we're good with this one. Moving on. So yeah, of course, it's important that we also discuss the help and support. So do you know that you could open, as an end user, you could open support tickets to Microsoft directly? Take note also, it's unlimited that you could ask support. It means that it's doesn't cost anything on your end, on your subscription. You just shoot an email to Microsoft and say, hey, I need the support like this. Even though it's a very simple, you could open a support ticket for that one. So let me, yeah, okay. So let me finish the slides. So help. Okay, there's a site. Then there's a community for that one, for the web page. So anyway, let me do some demo about that one on how to open a support ticket. So since I'm able to log in, I was able to log in. So where will I get support? So you could click it here. OneDrive. So yeah, see? It will give you a product license or what I mean, website that would help me to resolve that one. So how about, let's see, how to open a support ticket. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see. Okay. There's the help. No, it's not here. Anyway, you could also go here in this area. So all apps, there's where is that? Hold on. All support. There's a support new service request. So from this one, I could open a support to Microsoft. Or this one, you could do that one. New service request. So there. OneDrive.
Sir Vince, may question si Sir Chris.
Yes, Sir Chris. One subscription to three computers. Yes, you could do it. As long as, yeah, I was saying that one login. You say if, for the example, I have Vincent.copies at edupro.com. That's one subscription. I could log into three computer. So that means if I have a desktop, laptop, or iPad, or a mobile device, you could log in on those devices. You could install an application for that matter. So did I answer your inquiry properly? Okay, thank you. Yeah. If you want to discuss further, we could do that, of course. So again, going back to our support. So disabling OneDrive. So take note, it may take solution, but if you don't want to that one, you could also contact support. So here's a support ticket that we could open. So description, phone number, if you have if you want to be reached by a mobile device, mobile phone. So here in Manila, Philippines. Okay. So yeah, of course, email address, yeah, preferred contact method by phone or by email. So if you have any other documentation, you could attach it here. Then contact me. Of course, yeah, it's available for all users or admin. So just click contact me. It will create a support ticket for that matter. So for an end user, let's say how to access it. Hold on. Say Outlook. It should be here. Out of office. So I think there should be, see, um, there should be a window there that you say that you could open support ticket. I don't know because there's a lot of changes. So yeah, of course. However, as end user, you could also open a support ticket. It's for it should be somewhere here. The help button. Okay. Okay. So yeah, of course. Um, okay. Okay, that's the end of my demo. So just a quick review of our lesson topic. So why are companies moving to the cloud? Of course, for financial reasons as well, right? And being practical. Because yeah, of course, you know, there's like, yeah, what's happening in the Philippines or globally. There's a work from home strategy right now we're implementing. So it's hard for IT infrastructure to support if you're on premise. It means that you have to buy a VPN appliance or VPN server that for users for you to log in, right? As compared for Office 365, once you create it, that's it. Just a tip, take note, once you subscribe to Office 365, there's a 30-day trial. You could play with it. Take note, once you subscribe, automatically the full version of the Office 365 suite is available already for you. You just have to subscribe. You have to subscribe to sign in and to configure it. Okay, so how to access your login to Office 365? So basically, you need to log into a website using the www.portal.office.com or portal. Yeah, that's right. Okay, why it is important to personalize your Office 365 profile? Of course, because sometimes it's very, say if you're maintaining 2 to 3 accounts, so you don't know what's the difference, right? So it lessens the complexity. So if you log in as this role, so the background, you could easily distinguish it. Again, question again, as an end user, can you open support directly to Microsoft? Of course, yes. Okay. That's it. That's it for my session. I hope you learned something from my session. So if you need any any inquiry or any further questions, you could reach us as inquiry@edupro.com.ph or my email. That's vincent.lopez.edupro.com.ph. Okay. By the way, there's a survey that one of the salesperson would send an email to you. Yeah. Thank you for your comments. Yeah, there are more sessions going on, so still, we hope you stay tuned with our FB portal for subscription, so you could join further some online classes as well. Okay, thank you.